Ukraine opened a new chapter over the weekend as former parliamentary speaker Oleksandr Turchynov was made acting president after months of anti-government protests against former leader Viktor Yanukovich. Shin Se-min reports.
Ukraine's new interim president Oleksandr Turchynov has vowed to chart a course toward European integration now that Russia-backed President Viktor Yanukovich has been ousted. Turchynov also said, however, that Ukraine is willing to build relations with Russia in a new and fair partnership of good neighborly relations. Meanwhile, Parliament has decided to bump up the presidential election by almost a year to the end of May. Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovich fled Kiev Saturday, and Turchynov was elected to the presidency in a parliamentary vote. Turchynov is a longtime ally of both the main opposition leader and former Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko, who was freed from jail Saturday. Her release was one of the conditions of the EU-Ukraine trade pact that Yanukovych walked away from last year in favor of closer ties to Russia. His actions sparked the protests that have had the country up in arms, with more than 100 anti-government protesters having died in the past 2 weeks. The U.S. has said that it is not the interest of Ukraine, Russia, Europe, or the U.S. to see the country split. National Security Advisor Susan Rice warned Russia against sending troops to Ukraine, saying it would be a grave mistake. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.